Trump moving closer to privatizing more health care coverage for America's veterans. But with Democrats now in control of the House, some of the president's VA policies are now in jeopardy, with wait times keeping many of our veterans from getting the care that they need. Isn't more access to private care the best thing for veterans? That's the big question. Here now to weigh in is veteran of the Armed Forces Reserves, Kathy Barnette. Kathy, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
To you. So, the argument here is that you give them private care, they get better care, because right now there's not enough. And we've heard these horrific stories from the VA over the years and just how bad the care has been.
Yeah, and when we talk about what veterans are concerned about, it's the same thing that all Americans should be concerned about. And that is right now, Democrats have no real sustainable plan to improve any of our lives, not even just talking about the veterans, but they have no plan whatsoever. And we have already seen, for example, Nancy Pelosi saying she's willing to walk back some of President Trump's good effort with tax credits that are having an impact on the veteran community. But specifically with veterans, we've had unprecedented reform within the VA, not only with their programs, but also with their management. Remember, a couple of years ago, you couldn't even fire a bad employee at the VA. Now, under President Trump, you can get rid of bad people.
And this is the classic argument between private and government run. It's just like, you go to a FedEx store versus the U.S. mail. It's which one works better. A lot of times doing it private is just you get a better outcome.
Because you have competition, right? It's something that socialists, Democrats, liberals have lost all understanding of. Competition not only drives down cost of drugs, which is also a part of last year VA Mission Act that President Trump signed into law, that will do exactly what you were saying earlier. It will increase the opportunity for veterans to get the care that they need. It's not just about having coverage, but it's actually having care.
And let's look at some of these statistics here. We got 18.2 million veterans in the United States. 9 million are served, more than 9 million served by the VA every year. There's only 1,062 outpatient sites and 172 VA medical centers. So when we talk about how far a lot of these veterans have to go for care and the waits and stuff like that, there's the reason why the president, of course, upped that budget by $12 billion in 2019 from 2018. So he's on the right path. But this new guy who's going to be running the show, or the chair of the House Committee on Veterans Affairs, Mark Takana, he doesn't like this idea, and he wants to take it back to government run. Well, how do you argue that we should go back to the way it was?
I mean,
how do you make that argument?
How can you make that argument, right? Hasn't this always been a constant staple for whether it was a Democrat president or a Republican president saying we're going to fix the VA, the veterans issues? Now we actually have a president who is doing this, but that's kind of a cornerstone for Democrats. They love having these issues and being able to present this. You really can't argue with the results that this president is getting.
The one big concern is cost. If you go private, it will be more expensive. Kathy, thank you so much for your time.
We
do appreciate it. All right.